Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Sunday, May 9th. We're going to be talking about some NBA DFS picks on both DraftKings and FanDuel. But before we get started, we're going to take a quick look back at yesterday's picks and see how they turned out. So on the DraftKings side, we had Malachi Flynn, $4,700 looking for 24 points out of him. He got to 30 points, so he was a hit. Austin Rivers, 41 points, looking for 21 points out of him. Got to 24.25, so he was also a hit. Then we get down to Bruce Brown, $4,000, looking for 20 points out of him. Got to 13.25. He was a miss. Only took a couple shots yesterday. Only played 23 minutes, so that really hurt him overall. Thought he'd be closer to that 20 points. Just didn't happen yesterday, though. Then Pascal Siakam, $9,000, looking for 45 points out of him. Got to 26.75. He was a miss. Not a very good shooting day for him overall. He did end up leaving the game due to an injury, too, so that definitely hurt him. And then we had Nikola Jokic, $10,900 looking for 55 points out of him. Got to 44.25. Just not the best day for him overall. Was a miss as well. Then on the FanDuel side, also Malachi Flynn, $5,300 looking for 27 points out of him. Got to 29.9, so he was a hit. Then we had his teammate Gary Trent, $5,000 looking for 25 points out of him. Got to 28.7, so he was also a hit. Then we had Bogdan Bogdanovic. I said you could also go with Anthony Lamb. They both ended up as misses yesterday, but I just kept Bogdanovic on the sheet. And he was $5,700 looking for 29 points out of him. Got to 27, so he was a just miss. Probably not a guy that killed you overall yesterday. Then Pascal Siakam, $8,900. Same story as the DraftKings side. 25.6 points was a miss. Didn't shoot very well. Left the game with an injury as well. So just not a good day for him overall. And then last but not least, Joel Embiid, $9,600, looking for 48 points out of him. Got to 39.7. So he was a miss. He only ended up playing 23 minutes in this game, kind of a pseudo blowout. So if he would have got like that 7 extra minutes just to get to 30, he definitely would have paid off for sure. But unfortunately, that was not the case yesterday. So really hit or miss day yesterday on both sites, unfortunately. But, that's how it is sometimes in DFS, just trying to bounce back once again today. And today, probably not the best day to bounce back since there's not a lot of value out there yet. But with that being said, we'll get into today's injuries. There is the 2 early games, so we got the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. For the Heat, it's just Victor Oladipo out. For the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown's out. Robert Williams is a game-time decision, but looking like he has a chance to play. For the New York Knicks, Mitchell Robinson, Vildoza are both out. And then Quickly and Burks, both game-time decisions, but unlikely to play. So guys like R.J. Barrett, Reggie Bullock looking a little bit better there because of that. Then we have the Los Angeles Clippers. They have Coffey and Ibaka out once again, so no major changes there. Then we get over to the main slate, which is our main focus for today, obviously. And we have the Dallas Mavericks, Terry and Porzingis both still out. Maxi Kleber, game-time decision. We'll see if he ends up playing. Then for the Cleveland Cavaliers, we have Darius Garland, Lamar Stevens both still out. Kevin Love, game-time decision. We'll see if he plays. He did miss the last time out. Then we have the Minnesota Timberwolves looking at the same thing as last time. Beasley and McDaniels both still out. So Jared Vanderbilt looking like a good play once again. Then for the Orlando Magic, we got Terrence Ross, Otto Porter Jr., Chuma Okeke, James Ennis, Michael Carter-Williams all out. And then Wendell Carter Jr. listed as a game-time decision. We'll see if he ends up playing today or not. Then we move down to the New Orleans Pelicans, and we have Zion Williamson, Josh Hart both out. Brandon Ingram unlikely to play. Steven Adams kind of questionable. Game-time decision. We'll see if he ends up playing or not. Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Didi Lozada, both game-time decisions, but both in the green, so they do have a chance to play today. Then on the opposite side of the game, we have the Charlotte Hornets, Cody Martin, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges all out, and then Devontae Graham, game-time decision. We'll see if he's back today or not. Then for the Chicago Bulls, just Troy Brown Jr. out once again. For the Pistons, they're looking a little bit healthier, honestly. So we got Dennis Smith Jr., Rodney McGruder still out. Josh Jackson and Hamidou Diallo are both game-time decisions. We'll see if either one of them are back today. Then we move over to the 10 o'clock games, and we got the Phoenix Suns. Cam Johnson and Nader are both out today. Jay Crowder could be back today. We'll just keep an eye out on him. And then for the Los Angeles Lakers, we got Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James, Jared Dudley all out. Kyle Kuzma, game-time decision, looking like he's not going to play. Taylor Horton-Tucker, game-time decision as well. We'll see if he ends up playing today or not. Alex Caruso, Marcus Gasol, Anthony Davis, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, all game-time decisions. Just a lot of news that we're looking out for later on in that game. For the final game, we had the Oklahoma City Thunder. We got Mike Muscala out once again. Povashevsky, Ty Jerome are both game-time decisions. We'll see if either one of them end up playing today. The Kings have Woodard and Halliburton out once again. Fox and Barnes are both game-time decisions. We'll see if they're back today or not. But overall, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries for today's slate. We'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So at the point guard position, we got Luka Doncic, $11,000, looking for 55 points out of him. That's exactly what he's averaging on the season. As long as he gets all the minutes today, he should get there. Last time out, he didn't quite get all the minutes, but I think it's going to happen today. At least, fingers crossed. There wasn't a lot of guys that graded out really well in terms of point guard value for points per dollar. Then at shooting guard, we got Eric Bledsoe. $5,600 seems like a priced up spot for him. 28 points is what you're looking for out of him, only averaging 24 in the season. But you got to factor in no Zion Williamson, no Brandon Ingram. So a little bit more usage, a little bit more shot volume. Probably going to be the main scorer on this offense. So definitely not out of the question for him today. Then his teammate James Johnson, $3,800, looking for 19 points out of him. Coming off a 20-point game, averaging 17 on the season. If he's in that starting lineup getting the minutes, he's probably going to get you those 19 points or more that you do need out of him today. Then we're going back to Jared Vanderbilt, who paid off really well last time. His price went up just a little bit. $4,100, looking for 21 points out of him. If he gets the minutes, we saw what he could do the last time out. And then at center, we got Willie Herman Gomez. This is just as Steven Adams does not play. $5,400, looking for 27 points out of him. He can definitely get you that if he's starting, if he's getting the minutes once again. But if you go with these 5 players on DraftKings, you got $20,100 left over, $6,700 per player. So you're going to have to do a little bit of mixing and matching today, maybe pay up for one guy, find some value picks, or just kind of spread the wealth overall. There's not a lot of value out on this slate so far, so news is really going to be important today. So hopefully we get some value. If we don't, probably balanced build might be the best build today, honestly. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So at point guard, I have Cole Anthony, and he's $5,500. You're looking for 27, 28 points out of him, averaging about 25 on the season. Had a really nice game last time out. Goes against the Timberwolves, not the greatest defense in the world. As long as he's getting the minutes, as long as these shots going in halfway decent, he should be able to pay off for this price tag. There was a couple bad games before that, so just be wary of him. Then at shooting guard, I went with Torrey Craig. This is probably going to change if he's not in that starting lineup, though. So if there's more value plays that open up throughout the day, he's probably going to go out the window. But $3,700, you're looking for 18, 19 points out of him. If he's in that starting lineup, definitely doable. But Jay Crowder could be back today too. So this pick's probably going to change throughout the day. Then at small forward, we got Najee Marshall. Probably starting once again, $4,800. Not a lot of great value at that small forward position. You're looking for 24 points out of him. I think he's a pretty safe bet to get you about 22, 23. So he's probably a guy that's not going to hurt you overall. Then, once again, we got James Johnson, $4,400, looking for 22 points out of him. We've seen him get about that the last time out. Pretty safe play if he's in that starting lineup, getting those minutes once again. Definitely can't go wrong with him tonight. Then, last but not least, we got Rashawn Holmes. Not a lot of center options really stood out to me. I kind of did like Nerlens Noel, but he's in the earlier game, so we couldn't go with him. But Rashawn Holmes, $6,400, looking for 32 points out of him. That's exactly what he's averaging on the season. Goes against Oklahoma City Thunder. Should be a pretty good matchup for him overall. And, we saw him get over that threshold the last time out as well. So as long as he's get the minutes, as long as he's playing fairly well, should be a good value spot again today. But if you go with these 5 players today, you'll have $35,200 left over, $8,800 per player. So definitely a little bit of room to spend up for some guys, find some value picks, kind of mix and match, see what works best for you today. But with that being said, these are my picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel for today, May 9th. As always, if you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And then I'll try my best to get all the news, injury updates, and I'll have some of the starting lineups. I won't quite have all of them because I do have to work this afternoon into the early evening. So I'll probably miss all the early games, but definitely those 10 o'clock games I'll have out. If you guys have any questions about that, I can definitely leave you a link where I get a lot of my information from. You can go to the RotoWire page where they do have the NBA lineups, and they kind of update them throughout the day as well as they come out. So that's definitely another good resource to check out. But I have a couple different ones that I pull from and post them in the comments for you guys. But I'll leave that as well if you're interested in that. But with that being said, if you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It definitely helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. And that's truly one for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you guys with your fantasy football teams, talking all the different football news this offseason. Like I've been saying, those NFL draft grades, they're coming out real shortly. I finished up the AFC South one yesterday. I'm still in the process of editing it, so hopefully it's out later tonight. those will all be coming out in the coming days. So if you guys are into that, definitely be sure to check that out as well. But with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I upload a new video. And like I've been saying, I'd upload daily NBA DFS videos like this, as well as some fantasy football and NFL draft content as well. That NFL draft content, like I already said, is going to be coming out all week pretty much. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully you all do very well in NBA DFS tonight. And as always, if you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. Definitely appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It truly means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.